Next item, 460A, San Mateo Avenue. This is a request for a use permit to operate a used bookstore within the CBD Central Business Zoning District per Chapter 1296.120C5 of the San Bruno zoning ordinance. Staff report, please, Matt.
Thank you and good evening. As stated, the applicant has applied for a use permit to operate a used bookstore within the Central Business Zoning District. The site is located on the east side of San Mateo Avenue in the 400 block and is currently developed with a commercial building that has 2 storefronts. One storefront is currently vacant and the other storefront is currently occupied by a restaurant. The vacant storefront measures approximately 450 square feet and is developed with a storage room, 1 bathroom, and an open, large display area. The display area will contain 4 bookshelves and a folding table. The proposed retail's hours of operation are Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Additionally, the applicant has indicated that a book club will meet on Monday and Wednesday evenings between the hours of 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. One thing that is important to note is the reason why we're here tonight is that the project requires a use permit because for the use of secondhand sales. This is something that we'll probably revisit during the zoning code update and possibly could be allowed outright. Nevertheless, the use permit is required at this time. When looking at the use permit application, we really looked at the surrounding businesses on San Mateo Avenue, and as you know, there consists many commercial retail establishments, as well as restaurants and various commercial recreation facilities. Staff does find that this proposed use is consistent with the retail establishments on San Mateo Avenue. Additionally, the foot traffic will increase during Monday and Wednesday evenings when the book club members meet at the site, which will benefit the surrounding businesses. Staff is supporting the project and recommends that the Planning Commission approve the use permit application based on findings of fact 1 through 3 and conditions of approval 1 through 13. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, any questions of staff here from the commissioners? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much, Matt. Is the applicant present? Would you mind stepping to the podium there and stating your name? And perhaps maybe give us a brief description of what this is all about.
Joseph Richard, and I'm the originator of the so-called Dove House. The place will be called Dove House. It's a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, and I have been operating in South San Francisco for a year, pretty successfully, but the rent there was kind of prohibitive, so I, in this new place in San Bruno, was the lease was much better, so I decided to move. I suppose that the idea, when you say secondhand bookstores, has a connotation of something dingy, or, but my idea is to have near mint condition books as often as I can, and not very dingy and dilapidated sort of merchandise. I'm a retired clergyman, and I thought this was my project to, instead of spending 10 hours a day watching television, I thought to do something worthwhile for the community. My ideal is to, I think in our modern society, if we could get people to read and to think more, and so that's the idea of affordable books, and then this idea of book clubs, if I can, anybody interested to form book clubs or sort of support groups, perhaps for parenting or psychological book discussion clubs, things of that sort. I don't know what else to say.
I think you probably said it all. That's great.
Through the chair.
Commissioner Johnson.
And during, it'll be primarily sales, will you be offering any, there are oftentimes bookstores that have sort of this coffee house feel. Will you have anything like that, or any other items for sale besides books?
Not that I can foresee.
Mm-hmm. And your bookstore in South San Francisco, do you find that there's a tremendous amount of traffic at any particular hours, more so than others?
Well, it wasn't ideal in the sense it was South San Francisco, there's a big Hispanic community that I didn't really service. I didn't have enough Spanish books for them. They would come in kind of discouraging, but trying to work on that. But I'm sure San Bruno has a Latino community. I'll try to service them as best I can.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions of the applicant from the commissioners? Okay, seeing none. Thank you very much, and I will now open it up to the public. Anybody in the public wishing to speak on this item, please step to the microphone. Seeing none, I will close it and bring it back to the commissioners for discussion, action.
Through the chair,
Commissioner Johnson.
I move that the Planning Commission approve use permit 10-012 and based on findings of facts 1 through 3 and conditions of approval 1 through 13.
Second.
There's a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? There are none. Okay, it has passed. There's a 10-day appeal period, and thank you very much. All right.